Good evening and welcome to LSTV1 here. We are bringing to you the FF Cup game between the GFF Men's FF Cup round 32 between Serrekunda FC and that of their opponents for today. That is the TMT Football Club here at the Basuri Football Ground here. That was a close chance, but then before it was already an offside, but it would have been a great start for TMT and also for Monlamin Demba, who has just tapped the ball home for that would have been the first of the evening for the TMT side in the early part of the game, but initially it was already way for an offside against the TMT boys here. But firstly, before we move forward, we are going to give you the starting 11 for both teams. We are starting with the home team. That is the Serrekunda FC side, who starts in goal with Maget Seka, Mohamed Jallo, Abdurrahman Jallo, Ibrahim Sori Kamara, Amadou Jata, Esa Sanya, Amadou Jaite, Edward Yanka, Papa A. Rasul Nyang, Modu Matar Sisi, and Abdurrahman Jallo, completing the starting 11 for the Serrekunda FC boys, while their opponents for this particular encounter is the TMT Football Club. They start in goal with Musa Kamara, and experienced Musa and Ansu Sedi also starts for them. Tony Sengor, Gumbo Ture, Yayandong as the team captain for this particular fixture. Yusuf Anabi Baji, Bun Suleiman Sidibe, Yankuba Ture, Ali Hussein, Saliu Jallo, and Modlamin Demba, who earlier on nodded the ball home, but it was initially denied by the officials of the game for an offside. Then the man in charge or the man in charge of this particular game, Malang Bajinka, who is currently at the center of the field for this particular game as the head referee. Dauda Mane is the first assistant, and then the second assistant is Sini Bojang, while Lamin Damfa is serving as the reserve or the fourth official in this particular game. Abdullah Esau is serving as the match commissioner, while the referee assessor is Aishatu Ba. And then moving forward is Nabi Baji, who sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area, but Sorry is there to fight Kamara for his side, but TMT regain position, but again it is an offside against Ali Hussein, this time again inside the around the 18-yard area rather for the opponent. Then before coming into this particular game, they were both of the sides are currently fighting for relegation. While fighting for relegation, we are also going to give you their last 5 fixtures that they have played in before coming into this contest. And the home team, that is the Serrekunda FC side, currently sits on the 15th position of the second division table standing, collecting 17 points already, and then they are only 1 point above the relegation zone, while their opponents TMT also sits in the 14th position of the GFF Men Division 1, also fighting against the relegation. For them, they are 1 point as well against above the relegation zone, while the other side, Serrekunda FC, currently equal on point on one of the teams that is currently in the relegation zone, but they having a better goal difference than that particular team. So both sides are not doing very well in their respective divisional standings, so this is one of the opportunities they could capitalize on for them to make any amends to the poor start of their season or their campaign in the first and second division respectively for TMT and Serrekunda FC. It's a foul, and then free kick has been awarded to the our side, and Salu Jallo is going to execute that for the TMT side. The green light has been given. Let's see what he will be able to. He goes straight into and then the goalkeeper Maget Sega has a hand to it, but he could not stop the ball from going into the net, and TMT have now taken the lead here from a very distance here. Salu Jallo in the 6th minute has given the lead to the traveling TMT side, and they are currently leading here by a lone goal 2-0 against Serrekunda FC boys. That was a very, very long shot. It's about 35 or more yards away from the post. The goalkeeper had a hand to it, but it was not enough to stop the ball from entering his net. Margaret Seka, I believe, will be disappointed in himself in that. He could have done better with that ball, but it is football. Errors are meant to be made, or mistakes are meant to be made by the players. So let's see what he will be able to do with all the respective chances that their opponents will have as the game proceeds here. Now TMT are dispossessed now. Serrekunda FC. Player goes to the ground. Nothing says the center ref, and Salu, the goal scorer, tries to connect. Seen, but he was dispossessed by Sori, and then this time goes to the ground. Jaite, he wins a free kick, quickly taking the ball to Nyang, who sends a long ball to connect Esa Sanyang in the far end. Esa takes on Nabi. Let's see what he will be able to do inside the 18-yard area. Shot, but it went across the face of the goal for a goal kick to the TMT boys. And the experienced Musa Kamara is going to execute that. He places the ball down and then quickly plays the ball to a player who sends a long ball to Salu. Chested the ball down, sends a long ball towards Yaya, but it was behind him and Yaya could not collect that. Against position there, Serrekunda FC through the captain Abubakar Jaju, who tries to connect Abdurrahman Jallo, but there was too much power on the ball, and then the ball rolls over the touch for another goal kick to the TMT side here. Musa plays the ball short to Tony Shengor. Tony places the ball to Sin, and sends a long ball inside the area, but Maget this time comes off his line on time, denying Abun Suleiman CDB to get any access to the ball. Now Sori sends a long ball towards Sanyang, who just took the ball down to Jaju, and then Sanyang regains possession in the far end, but Nabi wins a throw-in for TMT in the far end. And it remains 1-0 in the 9th minute for TMT, and their opponents, of course, in this game is the Serrekunda FC side, who are currently playing in the second tier of the Gambia Football Federation League. Of course, coming into this particular game, one would expect the first division sides to take the lead or whatsoever, or will be taken as favorite before on paper than on the pitch as well. Here it is what was expected of them. This time it was a great run again, but he was caught in an offside position, the TMT Bun Suleiman Sidibe. Sorry, will execute that. Kamara places the ball so to Yanka. Yanka sends a long ball towards Jallo, but Ansusedi allows the ball to roll over for Kamara to take that 20 now. For TMT places the ball to Jallo, but Jata Amadou has the last touch on the ball, and then the game resumes here for a throw in, another throw to TMT, who are of course not in a haste to take any decision into this game. Already they know that they are currently leading by a lone goal to nil, so if the game ends like this, they will of course make their way to the next phase of the competition. And if any of these sides win here, they will be playing in the next phase of the competition against the Heart Academy. But initially it was a foul against TMT, and then Yanka starts the play, places the ball to Mohamed Jallo, also connects the team captain in the far end. Beautifully done by the team captain, of course, Nyang. But this time again, it's another wasted ball by the Serrekunda FC boys, and TMT will start the play here through Tony. Places the ball back to Musa Kamara. Not hastily taking his decision. Places the ball to Ansu Sedi, who sends a long ball towards Nabi Baji, but he could not get to that ball, and then the ball rolls. Not Nabi this time. It is Bun Suleiman Sidibe who could not get to that ball, and Serrekunda FC. Mohamed Jallo will execute that, plays the ball towards Jallo, the lone striker, and then this time Marget is involved. Marget places the ball to Yanka. Yanka sends a long one towards Sorry, who receives the ball, and then Jaite inside the area. Shot comes in, but this time Musa was never been troubled by that, and then he will take his time before he places the ball. Now to Sedi, who collects the ball to Sidibe in the far end now. Not Sidibe, not Nabi Keita now. Places the ball to Sidibe. Sidibe takes his time. See what he'll be able to do. He places the ball to Salu, who turns towards Nabi, but Nabi allows him to knock the ball, and then this time Tony tries to connect Salu again, but it was intercepted there by Kamara, and Musa Kamara catches that ball with ease, and then trying to take his time before sending another ball. Sends a long ball towards Scene, but they have been dispossessed, and Kamara places the ball inside the center circle towards the Nyang, who connects. Sanyang plays the ball back to Nyang, but this time the team captain Jaju in the far end sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area towards Jallo, but straight into the hands of Musa. Again, Musa arms through the ball to Nabi, who plays to foul against Nyang. The tempo of the game isn't that high, as you can see. TMT are trying to making sure that they compose themselves to the game, and then trying to frustrate their opponents, already knowing that they are leading by Lungu 2-0, so they are not hastily taking any decision here. Whatever decision that they are taking their times maximally, and trying to making sure that they do not make costly errors in the game. And Margaret places the ball to Kamara. Now has the opportunity to connect number 17 Modu Matar Sisi, who tries to get the ball to Jaite, but Jaite is being guarded off the ball, and then in the process Tony has been penalized, and Serrekunda FC is awarded a corner. Green light given by Bajinka, the center referee. She says sends a long ball inside here. That was a header, but that travels as well across the face of the goal. And TNT again are not been troubled by this time. That header again from Ibrahim Kamara. Ansu Sedi receives the ball from Musa, preparing to send a long ball towards, of course, the initial goal scorer, whose goal was denied, Molamin Demba. But again, Salu inside the 18-yard area again crosses the ball low, and then the last touch comes off Molamin Demba. But that would have been a tap in, but he wasn't lucky enough to get that into the back of the net for the second one to the TMT side. Maget sends a long ball now towards Molamin, who heads the ball, drops the ball for his running player, but Musa will clear for TMT. And Jalo Nabi Baji has been penalized for a foul on Abdurrahman Jalo. About 35 yards from the goal, or 40 yards from the goal. The team captain Abubakar Jaju will takes the responsibility, sends a long one inside the area, but straight into, this time again, the hands of Musa Kamara, who is of course a very experienced goalkeeper in regards to this league or this competition, so he knows what it takes to win a game and what are some of the strategies he needs to employ to not to cause his side as the game offside against Yankuba Toure. Yanka sends a long one, but straight again, this time to Musa. Strong challenge there between the two, and then the goal scorer goes to the ground, but then it's been awarded there. Number 11 Molamin places the ball to Salu, and then Tony now places the ball back to Musa. Musa has been given an option to place the ball to Sedi, and Sedi now tries to connect Alucine, but now the team captain goes to the ground and Serrekunda FC have been penalized for another foul, this time inside their own area around the dividing line. Bon Suleiman Sidibe, but Serrekunda clears their line through Mohamed Jalo, who's of course in the number 6 jersey for the home side. Nabitu and on but they have been this process there, the two captains, and then by this time it is to the benefit of Abubakar Jaju, who is of course the team captain for Serrekunda FC. Margaret will take a long ball for his right as his boys regroup there, but that was a poor one from Margaret. Then this time the ball quickly taken by the linesman in the far end, ordered for a restart of the game. Player goes to the ground, foul against the TMT's number 21. Aliu Sheen, and Nabi is not in his, places the ball to Ndong Yaya, the team captain in the far end. Yaya turns, tries to now plays the ball to Nabi now. Nabi also places the ball to Bon Suleiman, but Sidi places the ball to Sidi, and Sidi to Tony, Tony to Musa now. Musa places the ball back to Sidi now. To Nabi, who places the ball back to Musa. And then to Tony now. Places the ball to Yankuba Ture, who places the ball to the goal scorer Yayan Dong, now the team captain. Yayan Dong places the ball back to the number 18 Gumbo Ture, who places the ball now. Ben now tries to connect. Team TMT, since the start of the game, are a more dominant side into this particular the game. They are trying to stretch off the Serrekunda FC boys and trying to making sure that they have enough space where they will place the ball, and then in the process going to making themselves or creating themselves an opportunity to get themselves another goal. That was a great play by Molamin Demba, but he wasn't awarded anything. He goes to the ground, but the center referee was close to the scene and he did not award anything in his favor. But the play continues here, and then this time Jata sends a long ball Amadou towards Sorry, but plays the ball down. Yankuba Ture, Tony regains that position. Musa now, Kamara not in his, places the ball to Sedi. Ansu now on the ball for TMT. He receives the ball again. Ansu tries to send a long ball towards Saliu Jallo, who was dispossessed. This time inside the center circle. Nyang places the ball to Sori Kamara now. Sori takes his time, places the ball to Cisse to Jaite now in the far end, trying to take on Ture, beautifully done there by him, but in the process it was a poor last dribble from him, and then this time Yanka regains his possession. Now to Jata. Amadou places the ball back to Sheka. Sheka connects Jallo, and then Jallo plays the ball to Abdurrahman Jallo, the lone striker for the side, who tries to connect to the team captain. But again, this time Musa collects that ball easily for TMT, and he's not in a haze. I think he will allow the Serrekunda FC players to go close to him before he plays the ball. He plays the ball to Sidi Ansu, who plays the ball back to him. Musa trying to dictate something to his players as he prepares to send a long ball, this time to Suleiman Sidibe, who could not control the ball, and then the team captain Jaju now to Sanyang. Sanyang places the ball to Jaju again, and then Abubakar, the team captain, still moving forward, but Ansu Sidi dispossesses that. This time sends a long ball towards Molamin Demba again, but Demba this time as well is caught in an offside position. Amadou now. Jata connects the team captain, but Sanyang Isa turns, beautifully done by him, but he's been dispossessed again, this time by Gumbo Ture, and then the game continues here. Amadou Jaite regains position for the Serrekunda boys, and then Jaite now. Amadou again, this time inside the area, crosses the ball low. No one was there, but he clears his line. That was Nabi Baji. He is still on the ground, but before then it was a foul. The center referee has blown the whistle in his favor. Nabi is still on the ground, and then the attention of the medical teams on the ground are called to him. He is currently receiving that medical attention before any decision is made by the central referee Malam Bajinka. And with this stoppage here, there you can see the technical bench for the Serrekunda FC side are taking advantage of the stoppage and then trying to instruct the players to adhere to the instructions so they can get themselves a desired result after the regulation time here. And then the game continues here. Yandong places the ball to Suleiman Sidibe, and then Gumbo Ture receives from Suleiman. This time it is Tony who places the ball to Musa Kamara. Musa still on the ball, trying to find who to place the ball to, tries to connect Yaya Ndang, but Abubakar Jaju guards the ball off the line and takes his throw as he sends the ball towards Abdurrahman Jalo, who places the ball down to Sanyang, goes to the ground, Isa, but in the process it was already a throw to Serrekunda FC, but Sanyang chested the ball down again as he receives from the team captain the foul against Sanyang for using his hands against Ansu Sidi, who will execute that for the TMT side. Ansu plays the ball to the netminder Musa, who plays the ball to Shengor Tony. Tony sends the long ball towards Yankuba Ture, but before then Amadou Jata clears his line and it's to throw into this time it's a throw to Serrekunda FC. And Mohamed Jallo receives the ball from his netminder, and then the captain receives from him. Mohamed receives the ball back again, and this time Cisse places the ball back to Mohamed Jallo again, and Young this time, not Young, it was initially Sanyang, and then this time Bianca places the ball to Abdurrahman Jallo, and then player Ture Yankuba goes to the ground for TMT, and they are ordered a foul against he's been penalized for a foul on him. And to Sedi connects Nabi, who tries to connect Yaya, but could not get to that ball, as you have seen Margaret Shaker guiding that ball across the line, and then places the ball. He is going to be sending a long ball towards the opponent's end as he prepares and sends a long ball, heads the ball down, and then this time Ansu complains of a foul, but nothing has been given by him. Ansu receives the ball from Musa. This time Ansu tries to connect Nabi, but Nabi, it wasn't a very good ball that Nabi could do anything about, and then the ball finally crosses the line. But this time again it is a throw to their favor, TMT, as the initial one was given against them. Nabi is penalized for a foul throw, and the team captain Jaju Abubakar places the ball for Abdurrahman, who places the ball back to him. Jaju sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area, but Musa comes off his line and then handles that ball. This time it is Ali Hussein who places the ball to Yandon. Yandon one-on-one with the goalkeeper. What can he do? But Margaret Sega has a hand on it. Yandon tries to recover or regain the possession of the ball, but he was dispossessed again. But they have collected the ball again. The TMT side, Yandon plays the ball to Ansu. Ansu now places the ball to Gumbo. Gumbo Ture places the ball to Yankuba Ture. Yankuba tries to connect Aliu Sin, but it was Kamara who was close there and then touches that ball across the line. It's a good crossing inside the area, and at this time Monlamin Demba again, after his initial goal was denied, and at this time he rightly gets his name on the score sheet with a beautiful volley following a beautiful cross from Yankuba Ture here. This time it is TMT nil, it is Serrekunda FC nil and TMT 2. To remind you that you're watching us live on LSTV1, we are bringing a live game to you. It is, of course, the Gambia Football Federation's men's FF Cup round 32 between Serrekunda FC and TMT FC. Currently, the team in the first tier of the Gambia Football Federation League, of course, TMT are currently leading here by 2-0. It is the score line, of course, depicts the performance of the TMT side. They are a more dominant side. They possess more balls than their opponents, and of course, dominating the goal scoring opportunities here. Then their effort have indeed paid dividend for them, while their opponents also continues to search for a breakthrough. And then for them as well, TMT, the job or the communications or the instructions that will be given to them from their technical benches is at least try to protect your back line and then not to concede any goal into this, or if we are to concede any goal, we should not give away the lead to the opponents. And then we will see before the first half ends whether their opponents, the Serrekunda FC side, can do the needful for themselves into this particular game. But it has already been a very, very difficult game for them in this game. As you can see, TMT have dominated the proceedings here, and then they continue to search for another goal into this game. If they had to get the third one here, it would be a very, very difficult moment for the boys of the boys from the second division, the Serrekunda FC side, who are of course finding this game very, very tough. Just remember, this TMT side went all the way last season to play the FF final against the Greater Tomorrow side, where they eventually lost to the Brikama based outfit. And this time as well, they will perhaps be yearning to making sure they achieve or register the replica of their performance last season, if not going all the way to win this, but at least trying to go all the way to the finals as they have done last season. While the Serrekunda FC side still continues to get themselves any meaningful proceedings into this particular game. Though we have seen some very brilliant moment, especially from Jaite, who still comes very close, and then this time his cross hits the crossbar. Jaite Amadou, who initially has been doing very well for the Serrekunda FC boys, but they are not being able to get any meaningful result out of that. It is all about TMT here, who have dominated the proceedings and of course creating more goal scoring opportunities, and then they are currently leading here by 2-0 emphatically against the boys from the second division. So perhaps the experience in the first division is paying dividend for the TMT boys. As you can see, their approach to this game is of course far different from this, but remember they have gotten themselves an early goal into this. Gumbo places the ball to Sedi Ansu, who plays the ball to Musa, and then Musa quickly touches that ball to Tony to the team captain Dong Yaya, who plays the ball to Alusin to the first goal scorer Saliu Jallo, who tries to turn, but he's been fouled. He's been awarded a foul in the process. It remains 2-0 in their favor, the TMT side. And Ture Yankuba places the ball to Sedi, who plays the ball to Bun Sleman CDB, and then Sedi again receives the ball again. Tony to Musa Kamara. They are approaching this game patiently. TMT, they are not in a hurry. They try to knock the ball here and there, and then trying to create some spaces for their boys to utilize and then run into. This is how they have scored their first goal, and then come again into having the second goal again. They took their time and then crosses the ball after when Modlamin Demba receives that beautiful crossing inside the 18-yard area from Yankuba Ture that gives them the second goal into this. But initially their first goal comes off from about 35 yards out, a free kick that was well executed by Saliu Jallo. And then he still continues to take one of the leading roles for the TMT side, especially in the heart of the midfield for the traveling TMT boys. There is another offside here against Alusin. Places the ball to Amadou Jaite. Amadou places the ball to Mohamed Jallo rather, who places the ball to the team captain for Serrekunda now, who is on the ball. Jaju places the ball to Amadou Jaite. Amadou tries to test the waters, but Musa was in trouble by this, who quickly armed towards the ball to Saleh, the first goal scorer. And then Abdurrahman receives the ball again. This time tries to connect Sanyang Esa, but he's been dispossessed by Ture again. This time Yankuba, as Musa receives the ball from him. This time Ansu Sedi again. Still places the ball to Musa, and then the game continues here. Tries to connect Yaya, but he was not running. Yaya and Yankana places the ball to Amadou Jallo now. Tries to places the ball to Amadou Jaite. Amadou tries to connect Ensa or Isha, but again this time Musa and Abdurrahman is on the ground. Jallo for Serrekunda FC, and then the center referee calls on the attention yet again from the medical team, who will of course give that medical support to give that medical support to this time Abdurrahman. He's been escorted out, and then we'll see Musa sends a long ball towards and there it's a foul in their favor. Salou Jallo places the ball to Tony, connects Musa, and then Sidi receives the ball there from Musa. This time Nabi places the ball back all the way to Musa, who connects Tony again. This time, as you can see, TMT, this is how they have been playing since the commencement of this game. They try to invite their opponents as they knock the ball between the defenders and their goalkeeper, and then eventually places the ball towards to their midfielders, who will try to open up the gaps and then utilize the spaces as their strikers will run towards them. And then this time again, now defended well for Serrekunda FC, places the ball to the team captain, and now Jaiti Amadou takes on Nabi, and then this time Cisse tries to bring that ball down. Modu Matar rather, Cisse. Modu Matar Cisse could not control that ball, and it is another space that have been, it's another goal kick rather to TMT, and then quickly taken there by Musa, who places the ball to Tony, and then Tony to Ansu Sedi. Again, it is the same kind of game approach that they come to this game with. Stretches the field for their opponent, and then try to hit on them with the spaces that will be left unchecked by their opponents. And then this, of course, has been working for them since the start. You can also see now that they are not in a hurry. We have seen this time the Serrekunda boys also now playing the ball between their midfielders and then that of their defensive players. Matar Modu tries to connect one of their best players in this game, Amadou Jaite, who has been penalized for a handball here, and Don collects the ball for TMT. He places the ball to Ansu Sedi, and then this time Salou places the ball to Molamin Demba. These are the two goal scorers for TMT, and Gumbo now. Gumbo was rustle of the ball, and then Sanyang Isa, the number 10 for TMT, places the ball back to Matar Cisse. Now he wins a foul now. Places the ball Kamara to Yanka, who places the ball to Amadou Jata. Now it is Jallo who places the ball to Abu Harjaju, the team captain. Jallo Mohammed now to Amadou Jata, places the ball to Cisse. Now Jallo, this time Abdurrahman, and Kamara places the ball back to Yanka. They are knocking off the ball now. The ball, but this time Yayan Dong was involved and then intercepted that ball. He guards the ball and then turns, places the ball to Nabi, And Nabi places the ball to Yan down again. Nabi still moving forward. Nabi goes to the ground, but before then the ball was cleared out. And then it is a throw in. Nabi takes that quickly to and it's another throw. It's time to Serrekunda FC and Abubakar Jaju will. It's a foul. And Yanka is now on the ball. Yanka has two options rather, places the ball instead Mohammed, who places the ball back to him. Yanka again this time. Now Jaite turns beautifully after that wonderful control of the ball. As he keeps moving, he is one of the most dangerous players for the Serrekunda FC side. As you can see, he is one of their best players in this fixture. There's the ball now. They are doing very well into this half now. Into the half of their opponents, I should say, the Serrekunda FC side. And then Issa receives the ball now. Issa dribbles past one, sends the long ball inside the area, but it was headed out defensively by the TMT side. And Jalo tries to connect Issa again. Issa hits, but this time TMT defended very well against their opponent, and then Tony regains the possession for TMT. And now Musa Kamara plays the ball to Ansu, who tries to clear his line, but throw in it's been given against him. And Serrekunda FC a winter throw quickly taken, but that is the final whistle for the fourth half, and it's already Serrekunda FC 0 and TMT Football Club 2 in the Gambia Football Federation's men's FF Cup round 32. The winner from this fixture will of course face the Heart Academy of Jarasoma. Firstly, and shortly rather, we are also going to be observing 15 minutes of break. We'll be back soon after. Beautiful goals here from the TMT side. And now that the second half here has resumed, we have seen an early substitutions here. Two early substitutions rather being made by the Serrekunda FC side, who have of course trailing here by 2-0. And currently, before the restart, we have seen two of their players making way, Abdurrahman Jallo and Modu Matar Sisi, both made way for two other players. Amrit Tijan Koka has been introduced, and Benjamin Sambu has also been introduced, who's of course going to lead the line for the Serrekunda FC side. Amrit will of course be playing as the supporting striker in this fixture, in the entire second half I should say. But then they have conceded 2 goals in the first half. Can they pull a surprise and then come from behind to get themselves a leveler, or eventually go on to win this particular contest? That is the huge tax lying ahead of the Serrekunda FC side. And now the game continues. We have now seen Sorry have won a foul against the TMT side, and then they have now started the play here. Sorry, he's on the ball now, tries to dribble past his marker. Yes, he does well, and then this time Nyang collects the ball, places the ball to Sanyang. Sanyang inside the 18-yard area, tries to place the ball for Emirates Tijan Koka, but it was cleared away, and then TMT defended against them. Now it is Nabi who heads the ball for Suleiman, but Suleiman could not get to that ball, and now it is Sanyang taking on against his marker Nabi, but in the process it was a corner that's been awarded to the Serrekunda FC side. One will tell you a 2-0 scoreline is a very, very dangerous one, as we have seen earlier on this time, and then it is headed home by the new entrant, of course. It is Sambu Benjamin who has just headed the ball home for his side to pull one back in this fixture. And it is now 2-1 in favor of TMT side. Can the second division club pull a surprise here by leveling the scoreline, or are we going to see the TMT side maintaining the scoreline or even add up their advantage in the game? As the game is very much alive between these two, and any of these sides here can go on to win this particular game and get themselves an advancement to the next phase of the competition. But this game has to be settled first, and then there must be a victory for one of the sides here if you want to make your way to the next phase of the competition. Currently it is 2-1 in favor of TMT, as we have seen them taking the lead in the first half. Saluk Jallo with a beautiful free kick before Molamin Demba taking another brilliant volley after receiving a cross from Ture Yankuba inside the 18-yard area. And after the restart, we have seen the Serrekunda FC side introducing 2 players, Amrit Tijan Koko and Benjamin Sambu. And just moments ago, we have seen Benjamin Sambu reducing the deficit for his side after a well-taken corner inside the 18-yard area for the TMT side. And Emre Tijan Koka places the ball to Amadou Jaitena, who dribbles past his marker, connects Sambu again, but this time he was caught in an offside position. And then Serrekunda FC comes from the halftime talks with a different intensity into this particular game, but we will slowly see whether they will or they can continue playing like this. Are we going to see them being teamed again by their seniors? Of course, by that TMT plays in the first tier, and the Serrekunda FC boys are playing in the second division for the Gambia Football Federation's League. And then the fight continues as we have seen two of the players off the ground, and Yayandam connects the player who tries to power that ball, but it was falsely deflected before Margaret Sega easily handles that ball. And one of the goal scorers, Muldamin Demba, is currently down and he's on the ground. After that collision with Yandong, then the medical team on the ground are currently attending to him, and then the center referee Malam Bajinka wouldn't make any further decision until he's okay to leave the pitch, or as you can see, he still takes his time to making sure that the safety of the player has been observed before he decides to continue the play here. And he's back on his feet, Mulamin Demba, as he currently walks off the field. We'll see if he will be okay to continue taking part in the game, or are we going to see him being sub off. The center referee has desires for the continuation of the play, and then he's back on his feet, the injured Mulamin Demba. Jade places the ball to Jallo, who tries to connect Amrit. Tijan Koka, who controls the ball, goes to the ground. No foul is being awarded by the central referee. Then as Amrit tries to win a foul there, but the center referee isn't happy with him. Instead, the center referee is warning him against simulation or dive. This time is a foul against Mulamin Demba on Isha Sanya. Isha Sanya is still on the ground, and the center referee is there trying to question if he can continue taking part in the game, and then we will continue. And it is going to be executed by Mohamed Jallo, one of the central defenders for Serrekunda FC, who sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area, but Musa Kamara was in trouble by that. That would have been an error from him, but you can see he raises his hands, signaling an apology to his teammates. He sends a long ball towards Ndong, but Yanka heads the ball down, and Jallo has been penalized for a foul. And this time, he is going to be one of the players or first player to be cautioned in the game. He receives a yellow for a foul on Mulamin Demba. The first yellow in the game has been given to Mohamed Jallo as the central defender for one of the central defenders for the Serrekunda FC side, and it is going to be, the free kick is going to be executed by the first goal scorer Salou Jallo. He's been given a green light, connects, and at this time sends a long ball inside the area, but Margaret was well aware of Mulamin Demba's cross, and then He comes off his line on time and then handles that ball. It is now Jada who places the ball back to the team captain, who sends one Jaju towards Sanyang. Isa breaks that, controls that ball beautifully and then goes to the ground. It's another foul to Serrekunda FC this time. It's about 32 yards out, and it is going to be the turn of Amrit Tijan Koka now to execute that. For he said he is one of the newly introduced players, and he's been given a green light. Sends one inside the area, but heads away by Ansu Sedi, and they still continue to defend. Just cleared away this time and then player goes to the ground. This time it is a yellow. No, this time it's been awarded to Alucin. Protect your players, man, brother. Alucin who hits the respect leen gars yi bu leen bàyyi kenn mu gaañ leen de. Sakunda FC's defender who's still on the ground. And then if I protect, please. It is the team captain Abubakar Jaju, who is now back on his feet. And then we'll see. He continues taking part in the game. And Yanka will continue. And then this time it is Amadou Jaite, but a foul. He's been penalized for a foul. He's been penalized for a foul. You can see the coach for one of the coaches for the Serrekunda side is still complaining about the initial yellow that was given to Aliu Seal, stating that could have been a sent off, claiming that Aliu has deliberately hit his player and also the team captain, but the center referee decides to penalize him with a yellow, and then the game continues here. Saligu places the ball to Aliu, who is currently on the ground, and then nothing has been given. The play continues here as Jaita rather receives the ball, and this time just at the ball, heads the ball down, and it is Suleiman now Sidibe who tries to connect one of the goal scorers Demba, and then they regroup again. Magat sends a long ball, all this time it flies over the perimeter of the field, and a throw is awarded to the leaders in the game, the TMT Football Club. Initially, before coming into this game, in the last 5 that they have played in their respective divisional, it was now this counter-attacking football. Now Jaite Amadou Kani still continues going. Amadou still moving forward now, but goes to the ground. Nothing is given. This time Amrit is being penalized for an offside. Serrekunda FC, as they are playing in the second division. In the last time that they have played, it was 3 win and 2 lose in their last five, while they currently sit rather in the 15th place and then collecting 17 points. While TMT currently on 14th position in the 4th division table, collecting 19 points, and then it was 3 draws, 1 lose, and 1 win in the past 5 that they have played in. And currently, they have been guided into this particular game TMT by Aliu Koli, and then Usman Jaune is his assistant. Then while their opponents Serrekunda have been guided by Aliu Mendy and Abdullahi Baji. Then the officials taking charge of this game, it is Malam Bajinka, who is of course the center referee. Dauda Sane is the first assistant, Saini Bojang as the second assistant referee here, and the reserve referee Islami Damfa is of course the fourth official in the game, and then the commissioner is Abdullah Esau. Assessor is Aisatu Ba. Then TMT benefits a free kick. It is Ansu Said. Ansu tries to correct Malamin Demba. Now it is Nabi who throws the ball straight, but and then Sorry now inside the area. Sorry connects the goal scorer, and now it is Sorry inside the area, but the ball was cleared away this time by the left fullback Ture Yankuba, and then the center referee awards a corner to the Serrekunda FC boys, and then as they continue to search for another breakthrough here, it's another throw in here, pumped away by Musa Kamara. Then Sorry keys the ball down. It is Aliu Seen who dribbles past his marker. Aliu now moving forward now. What can he do with this ball? Aliu now tries to connect, and then one of the goal scorers inside the area, but before then it was already offside. That's been awarded against TMT, but that was a great job there from Aliu Seen, the TMT's youngster. And Nabi tries to guard the ball, but the last touch comes off him. Nabi is still on the ground, and then the throw is quickly taken here by Serrekunda, but they have been dispossessed, and then the play continues here this time. It's another throw in the far end. This time to the TMT boys. And shortly we're going to see 3 substitutions here from TMT side, and we are going to give you the names of the players who will be introduced and who are some of these players that they are going to replace, as TMT feels it is safer now to effect substitutions, as they look a little more vulnerable to their opponents now. And the fight continues in his side there. Ali is being penalized for a foul. And this time. And TMT as well will introduce another flare. It's going to be 3 substitutions here, or 4 quadruple substitutions here from TMT. There is going to be 4 players to be introduced by TMT. Omar Marang, Malik Conte, Ibrahima Fofana, and Mustafa Toure are the 4 players that will be introduced here. Already, the 3 of Omar Marang, Malik Conte, and Ibrahima Fofana have already made their way inside the pitch, and the number 10 Mustafa Toure will also be introduced. We have also seen Jibril Bojang being introduced by the Serrekunda FC side. It's a corner, and Amrit sends someone inside the area. A header this time. Player goes to the ground. Nothing has been given by the center referee, and then it was already a goal kick that has just been awarded to TMT, and Musa sends another one inside the area, but the ball was headed down this time by Sorry, but seemingly he sustains an injury there, but he's okay to continue taking part in the game, as the medical team have already made their way on the pitch, but the center referee has signaled that yes, the player on the ground is okay to continue, and then the play is allowed now, and then the goalkeeper Seka has received the ball. And it keeps moving. Aliu goes to the ground scene, but it is TMT wins a free kick in the far end, and it is going to be taken shortly after the center referee has given a whistle. Malik Conte sends a beautiful ball inside the area, but it eludes everyone there, and then the game continues here between the two. This time it was a strong challenge here. As things stands, it is going to be TMT who will be making their way to the next phase of the competition. And then if their opponents fail to restore parity in this, it is going to they are going to be booted out, but it still remains a considerable time to be played here. Already we have played 65 minutes into this encounter, or 70 minutes into this encounter. We are now left with 20 minutes more before the final whistle would be blown. Then 20 minutes is a good number of time for any team chasing for a leveler to do so, and of course it's also a good time or an available moment for any of the side too who is also seeking to defend against an opponent, trying to making sure they remain putting their houses in order, and then trying to prevent their opponents from scoring against them. And as much as they are doing so, they must also be very much cautious to making sure that and their opponents, they don't penetrate them, but as well they will also be searching for another goal into this, because 2-1 it's a very, very tight scoreline. Any other side can here can win this, but it is going to be very difficult, already a difficult game for both sides. This is beautifully placed down, and then Sambo now inside the area hits, and then this time it is now, since the start of the second half, where a team that is threatening more is that of the Serrekunda FC side, who were trailing in the first half by 2-0, and we have also seen them registering an early goal in the into the second half. That changed the whole dynamic of this particular game, and also the tempo of the game has changed in their favor. That is the Serrekunda FC side, and then they continue to search for another goal here, and so that will put them to a parity if they are able to do so. But it's a very, very difficult job for them. They wanted a goal, and as well they are working on to prevent their opponent from scoring against them. This makes the job very, very difficult, a double task for them into this particular game, while their opponent can still maintain the score line and then still get their way into the next phase. This time a header from Ansu, but it flies over the crossbar, and Maget plays a long ball. And this time it was a miscommunication between Mustafa and Ansu. Mustafa has been penalized for a foul on Isa Sanya, and he's been penalized, Mustafa Ture. Ahmed Tijan Koka will be executing that now. Let's see what Amri will do with that. It's been given. Amri sends a long ball inside the area towards Sambu, but it was headed away this time. And then Amadu keeps fighting. It's sorry now, Kamara. Now it's another cruise inside the area. This time Musa Kamara handles that ball for TMT and ease or calms the tempo of the game. Ali Hussein has been guarded off the ball, and now the game continues here. Quickly taken through there. Amre is being dispossessed, but still regains possession, and then this time Nyang places the ball to Sanyang Isa. Isa still moving forward, tries to dribble past Mustafa, but he was dispossessed, and then this time chested the ball down, and the player goes to the ground. It was Nyang, and TMT have been penalized once more as their opponent continues to fight, trying to get themselves to a parity here, but still remains nil-nil. 2-1 between the two. Already a hard-fought affair in the game, a strong fight between the two. Long ball has been sent here, and ball against the team captain, as they continue to defend against their opponents. And then moving forward, that was a quickly taken ball by Amadou, but in the process it went straight to the TMT player, but they regain possession this time. Sambu, the only goal scorer, still moving forward inside the 18-yard area, but he's been dispossessed there by Ansu Sedi. Nevertheless, they've won a corner rather. Serrekunda FC. We'll see. Their first goal comes from the corner, and from the same position we are also going to see what this one will do for them. It has been headed away, but this time they have been penalized for a foul. Moving forward again, now TMT through Ali Hussein now places the ball to Saliu. Saliu places the ball to one of the new entrants, Ibrahima Fofana. Cross comes inside the area, and then Malik Conte tries to break that ball, but the ball eludes him, and then he was not able to control the ball. And Suleiman now turns, places the ball to Omar Marong, who has been dispossessed, and then Serrekunda moving forward now to one of their star players, Sanyang Isa. Tries to dribble past his marker. Yes, he does well, still stays on his feet, and then continues to places the ball to Amadou now. Amadou has been dispossessed, and then Ali tries to press the goalkeeper as the goalkeeper was not on his line, and then Suleiman moving forward. The goalkeeper has left his line, and then but that was a great one from the netminder. As you can see, the center referee has stopped the play as Amadou Jata was the one not on the ground, seemingly injured, but he's okay. And then a fair play has been given by the center referee Malang Bajinka, and then the game continues here. Sambu could not get to that ball. Beautifully backheel there by Salu, and then turn. Handball has been awarded to TMT. Is penalized. Two other first legs have just been introduced by TMT. By Serrekunda FC, as they continue to search for another goal here. See that Job Sedat Sonkorara and Kerosene have just been introduced into the game, completing the slots and also the maximum introduction for the TMT side. Or Serrekunda FC, I beg your pardon, and then the game continues here. So Sambuna Tijan tries to dribble pass Mustafa, but Mustafa had a very good connection to the ball. It's now the right fullback, and then as they continue to pressurize their opponents, Serrekunda FC. Now they mean business in the second half, as we can see the lion's share of the possession and also the chances created here goes to the Serrekunda FC side. They were poor in the first half, but coming into the second half, we believe their halftime talks have paid a great dividend for them. As you can see, it is another goal stands here. It is 3 Serrekunda FC players there. They should have done better with that. You can see the player from behind heads the ball against the other player, and then the ball flies over the crossbar. This time this would have been a leveler for the Serrekunda FC. Musa sent a long ball now. Now the captain clears his line for Serrekunda FC. This time it is another one. Places the ball. The new entrant, Sidat Sonko. Then heads out, and it's a foul against Sori, and Serrekunda FC quickly taken. Now Cherno seen one of the new entrants and one of the youngest players for the Serrekunda FC side, who tries to, and then another ball now. It is Yankana who sends a long ball trying to connect Sanyang, but Sanyang was penalized for a foul on Mustafa, the alright fullback for the TMT side. And we are also going to see another new entrant to be introduced here by TMT. Mohamed Suso will be soon introduced by TMT, and then he will be one of the players as well to take part in this game as the team continues to get themselves a breakthrough before, as their opponent rather continues to get themselves another breakthrough before the final whistle will be blown. It is Saliu Jallo who makes way for Mohamed Suso. Jalo is currently making way, one of the goal scorers for TMT in this game. He scored a free kick of about 35 yards out, and now he's going to see the rest of the game on the bench as he's been substituted here. And then he's inside the area. The new entrant all the way, that could have been a costly one for the Serrekunda FC boys, but the center defender clears the ball over the crossbar there, and it now becomes a corner for TMT. And that was a very, very close chance for TMT. The newly introduced Muhammad Suso has indeed done very well for his side there. That would have been a very, very beautiful goal, and also one would say it is a great move from him, and then eventually places the ball well for his teammate to score the third goal. But it still remains 2-1 in their favor, and then he tries to place the goalkeeper as the goalkeeper left his line, but then this time the game continues here, but it remains and then this time it is that of the Serrekunda FC who are awarded a foul here, and then quickly taken. Now it is the team captain who places the ball towards Mohammed Jalo. Mohammed sends a long ball, but it was cleared away by Ansu. Aliu is being given the ball there, but he could not get to the ball. And now Sanyang, this time Yayandong is here, turns, places the ball to Aliu, who turns beautifully, connects. Mohammed Suso, the new entrant for the TMT side, and it continues here. Isa Sanyang now. Isa Sanyang moving forward. Isa now inside the area, connects Ambe, and now it is one of the new entrants, Sonko, places the ball back to Mohammed, who connects. Now one of the star players, Sanyang Isa. Mohammed now sends a long ball towards the goal scorer, and now Amrit places the ball to Sorry, who tries to test the waters, but in the end it was a throw in the far end to the leaders in the game, of course, TMT Football Club. Amrit places that ball to Malik, but Malik opted for the ball that was already in play. And certainly we are going to see an additional time here to be raised by the fourth official, also of course Lamin Damfa. 5 minutes of additional time has been added here. Now in this 5 minutes stoppage, Serrekunda FC must at least score a goal and prevent their opponent from scoring to move the game to the shootout, while their opponents can still maintain or fight to maintain the scoreline here. Then they will get themselves to the next round of the competition. It's a corner to TMT. And now it is going to be taken by Alucine. Quickly taking. It is another corner against Mohammed Jallo. TMT will try to waste maximum time there. I believe that will be a time wasting tactic for them. You can see two of their players are there. They'll place the ball around the corner and tries to employ some time wasting tactics there. You can see he goes to the ground and then he's been awarded a foul. Ibrahim Fofana. As Serrekunda FC continues to fight, while their opponents are still trying to waste a lot of or most of the additional time. They are around the corner flag. If they are succeeded in doing that, of course that will benefit them a lot, because they will still maintain their way. It's another corner there, and TMT continues to play the ball around the corner flag. It is now an out ball. We are left with 2 minutes to be played before the final whistle here will be blown by the center referee, and then it is another throw now, this time to the Serrekunda FC side. Now Yanka receives the ball from Mohammed Jallo. Mohammed now connects Cherno Singh, one of the youngsters. Cherno wins a foul now. Quickly taken now, dribbles past his marker, but he's been dispossessed. And a player goes to the ground. It's a foul against Yandong, who continues to play a crucial role in this fixture, as TMT still maintains their lead in the game. As Amrit now places the ball back quickly to Saint Cherno. Turns with the ball, places the ball inside around the center circle, I should say, to Sonko, but Sonko is grounded currently, and no foul is being awarded as they continue here. Amrit now turns with the ball. The number 11 for Serrekunda, Jibril Bojang, was on the ground, and then the play continues here now. And then the team captain now places the ball towards Isa Sanyang, and Isa continues to fight with Ibrahima, not Ibrahima, but Malik Conte. We are now in the final minute of the additional time here. Can TMT maintain the scoreline and then qualify to the next phase? Are we going to see a last minute drama from their opponents here, who continues to fight? The team captain has been dispossessed, and another throw, Abubakar to execute that, plays the ball to Sanyang, and then they continues here. It is again moving forward, this time moving backward. Chernosin places the ball to Mohammed, who turns, now places the ball back to Yanka. That is going to be the final whistle shortly, and it is going to be perhaps the final counter for the opponents to do anything about this. Amrit, goal! That is a goal for the Serrekunda FC boys. And right on top of the stoppage, they are back on level terms here. It is 2-2 between the two. Perhaps we are suddenly going to see the final whistle here. Already, we have exhausted the 5 minutes of additional time here, and Amrit Tijan Koka have registered his name on the score sheet here. It is 2 for Serrekunda FC and 2 for TMT. It is going to be heading to a post-match shootout now. After the ball has been taken here, we believe that is going to be the final whistle here, and both teams will now prepare for the post-match shootout. 2-all. That is a late drama here between these two sides here, as we have always seen. And Brikama yesterday, it was 2-all between Brikama United and AJ Soka. Of course, the first and second division team. This time, it's again 2-all between TMT and Serrekunda FC. Now,
5 already, 5. 5 slots already, 5. Yeah, sorry. 5 slots already, 5. 5 slots already, 5.
And the game continues here. It is the player goes to the ground. Then
have more 5 minutes if you want. Play. Keep playing, boys, with discipline. Play. Let's keep playing.
It's a foul against the TMT player. And now it remains 2-all here. A last minute leveler between the two. And we will slowly see which of the sides here makes their way to the next phase of this competition. Are we going to see another late goal here from TMT this time, or is it going to be finally heading to the post-match shootout? And there's that ball. See that? And that is the final whistle here. It ended 2-all between TMT and Serrekunda FC, and it is now heading for a post-match shootout. But before then, we are also going to take a little pause of the commentary here, but we will surely be back as the penalty shootouts kicks start. It is now the turn of the penalty shootout. Ansu Sedi is going to be the first penalty taker for TMT, and he moves towards the ball, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Ansu put TMT in front in the post-match shootout. And now it is going to be the turn of the captain for TMT for Serrekunda FC. This is Abubakar Jaju. Of course, wears the number 27 jersey for his side. He faces Musa Kamara in goal for TMT. Let's see. And also sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and then it is. I've seen 2 kicks from the spot, and then registering 2 goals. And then it is now going to be the turn of the TMT captain Yayan Dong, who is now facing Maget Seka in goal for the home side. Yayan Dong places the ball and prepares to take. And then the green light has been given here by the center referee. Bajinka, and Yaya moves towards the ball, hits the crossbar, of course sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, but hits the crossbar in the process. Then it is now going to be the turn of Amrit Tijan Koka, who has been introduced for one of the first entrances into this game for Serrekunda, or one of the first substitutes for Serrekunda FC. He now faces an experienced Musa Kamara in goal for TMT. He places the ball down, moves back to prepare, and then is moving towards the ball now as green light is being given by the center. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and then roofs that ball. It is 2 kicks from TMT, and one of the penalties was a lost, and 2 from Serrekunda. Both have scored. It is now the turn of Ali Hussein for TMT, who is now taking charge of the third kick. Let's see what Aliu will have for this particular moment. Already the captain for the TMT side has squandered his penalty, but before then it was Ansu Sedi who scored a well-placed penalty. Then we have also seen the team captain from the Serrekunda FC boys, Abubakar Jaju, scoring a beautiful penalty, and then later on it was Amrit Tijan Koka who scored the second. It is now going to be the third kick for TMT, and it's going to be taken by Aliu Sin. Aliu moves towards the ball now, places the ball, but it is another loss this time again for TMT, and it is going to be a third kick for Serrekunda FC, and it is going to be taken or executed by the number 10, who's of course one of their star players in this game, Issa Sanyang. Issa Sanyang
up,
And
boys.
Issa places the ball, moves back. The center referee has given him the green light to execute that. He prepares to take that. Faces the experienced Musa Kamara in goal. Issa moves close to the ball and then places the well taken penalty this time again. A powerful and well placed penalty here. Again by Aliu. Issa Sanyang. And now it is going to be the turn of one of the new entrant, Malik Conte, for TMT. He must score. If he fails to put it into the back of the net, of course his team will be booted out. I'm sure he's aware of that. The green light given. Malik Conte moves towards the ball, faces Margaret. Malik, it is a loss and it's a win for the Serrekunda FC side. 3-1 from the post-match shootout. We are also going to draw the curtains here. And it is 1-2-3 in favor of Serrekunda.
Violence. I don't want to hear anything.